In the year 2057, humanity stands on the cusp of its greatest leap. The discovery of Elysium, a potentially habitable exoplanet orbiting the distant star KX-47, 1,000 light-years away, has ignited a spark of hope in a world grappling with dwindling resources and a fractured climate. The Aurora, a fusion-powered spacecraft, represents the pinnacle of human ingenuity, designed to bridge the unimaginable distance through the strange mechanics of special relativity. For the two astronauts chosen, Commander Elena Voss and Lieutenant Marcus Kane, the mission is both a scientific triumph and a personal sacrifice. Traveling at 99.9% the speed of light, they will experience time dilation, compressing a millennium-long journey into mere decades aboard their ship. While the universe ages, they will remain suspended in a fleeting bubble of time, chasing a dream that could redefine humanity's place in the cosmos. This is their story, a tale of courage, isolation, and the relentless pull of the unknown, governed by the unyielding laws of physics. Chapter 1: The Call to the Void. The selection process had been grueling. Years of physical tests, psychological evaluations, and simulations that pushed the boundaries of human endurance. Out of thousands, only two remained. Commander Elena Voss, an astrophysicist with a knack for keeping calm under pressure, and Lieutenant Marcus Kane, an engineer whose intuitive grasp of propulsion systems bordered on genius. They stood in the sterile briefing room at NASA's Deep Space Operations Center, staring at a holographic projection of their destination, a star system 1,000 light-years away, harboring a potentially habitable exoplanet dubbed Elysium. The mission was unprecedented. Humanity had never ventured beyond the Kuiper Belt, let alone to another star. The ship, Aurora, was a marvel of modern physics, powered by a fusion drive capable of accelerating to 99.9% the speed of light. At that velocity, the laws of special relativity, Einstein's century-old framework, would reshape their journey in ways that defied intuition. Dr. Naomi Chen, the project lead, paced before the hologram. "You'll reach Proxima Centauri in a few months of ship time for calibration, then proceed to Elysium star, designated KX-47. The distance is 1,000 light-years, but thanks to time dilation, your onboard clocks will tick much slower than Earth's. For you, the trip will feel like roughly 22 years one way. For Earth," she hesitated, her voice softening, "over 2,000 years will pass." Elena's brow furrowed. She'd run the calculations herself. At 0.999 c, the Lorentz factor, gamma 1 to by root of 1 minus v squared c squared, was approximately 22.4. This meant that for every year aboard Aurora, 22.4 years would elapse in the rest of the universe. The 1,000 light-year journey, which would take 1,000 years in Earth's reference frame, plus a bit for acceleration and deceleration, would compress to about 44.6 years round trip in their frame, accounting for the relativistic effects. With life extension tech keeping them biologically youthful, they could survive it. But Earth, it would be unrecognizable when, if, they returned. Marcus leaned back in his chair, arms crossed. "So we're time travelers by default. What's the catch?" Chen's lips tightened. "The catch is isolation. You'll be alone, just the two of you, for decades of subjective time. The Aurora's AI will handle navigation and maintenance, but you're the decision makers, and there's no turning back once you leave the solar system." Elena glanced at Marcus. They'd trained together for years, their rapport built on mutual respect and the occasional sarcastic quip. She trusted him to fix a reactor leak in a heartbeat. He trusted her to plot a course through a micro-meteoroid storm. But living together in a 200-square-meter habitat for 22 years, that was a different kind of challenge. "Why us?" Elena asked, her voice steady but curious. Chen's gaze softened. "Because you're the best. And because you complement each other. Elena, you see the big picture, cosmic scales, probabilities. Marcus, you're grounded, practical. Together, you're a unit that can handle the unknown." The room fell silent. The hologram of KX-47 pulsed faintly, its light a beacon from a distance, so vast, it was almost incomprehensible. Yet relativity would shrink that distance, not in space but in time. The faster they moved, the more the universe's clock would race ahead, leaving them in a bubble where seconds stretched like years. It was a trade-off. They'd reach Elysium in a human lifetime, but at the cost of severing ties with their own era. Marcus broke the silence. "When do we launch?" Chen exhaled. 6 months. You'll spend it training, syncing with the Aurora's systems and saying your goodbyes. That night, Elena stood on the roof of the training facility, staring at the stars. The Texas sky was clear, KX-47 too faint to see without a telescope. Marcus joined her, a beer in hand, offering her one. She declined with a small smile. "Second thoughts?" he asked, leaning against the railing. She shook her head. "No, just wrapping my head around it. We'll be ghosts to everyone we know. By the time we get back, humanity might be gone, or they'll have colonized the galaxy." He took a sip, his eyes on the horizon. "Or they'll still be arguing about politics. Either way, we'll see something no one else ever has. That's worth it, right?" Elena nodded, her mind drifting to the physics that made it possible. As 0.999 says, the universe would contract along their direction of travel. Length contraction, another relativistic quirk. A 1,000 light-year gap would appear, to them, as a mere 44.6 light-years. Combined with time dilation, it was as if the cosmos bent to make their journey feasible. Yet the price was steep. They'd live a lifetime in transit, while Earth's story unfolded without them. "You ever think about what we'll find?" she asked. Marcus shrugged, a glint of mischief in his eyes. "Hopefully a beach. Maybe some alien barbecue." She laughed, the tension easing. For now, they were just two people under the stars, bound by a shared dream and the strange, beautiful logic of relativity. In 6 months, they'd step into the void, trusting physics to carry them across an abyss no human had ever crossed. The Aurora waited, and so did Elysium.